love this when I walk in the room. It gets quiet. This is unbelievable. Wow.
That's the power.
This is absolutely amazing. So, I have something to say, but I'm not going to say it right now. So, no, I'm going to wait. Hey, Ray, how are you?
I'm good.
See how nice I am? Season hasn't started. I'm not pissed at anyone. No one's pissed at me yet. It's amazing.
Doc, can you give us the latest on the injury to Kawhi and how it's coming along? And also, what are your thoughts on the latest on the controversy over in China now that the president has called out a couple of countries?
Well, I'm not going to comment on the president. I can tell you that. Kawhi's good. I mean, he's really not been injured. We're just taking his time. We actually will play him a little bit tonight, but not much. He won't play the game after that, I don't think, and he'll definitely probably play in the Vancouver game, So that's that. Don't have a lot to say about the other subject. I've talked about it yesterday, about the freedom of speech, and but with that comes consequences as well. And the only thing I always tell my players, Jim, on all this is just please know what we're talking about, and don't just pile on. And for whatever reason, I think it's very important to study it, all of us.
With Kawhi playing, then what would you like to see from him in particular tonight?
Minutes. No, I mean really. He's been practicing a lot, and I just think he just needs minutes. That's the only reason he's doing it, really. His health is fine, but when you don't play in a lot of pickup games, you lose your rhythm. You need to get your rhythm back. And so, not sure how I'm going to play him. I know I'm probably going to only play him in the first half, but just minutes. It's a mental cap for me. He didn't have one, but I have one. Yeah.
Coach, Terrence coming in obviously had a good couple games in Hawaii. How much does him being 22 and having been in school for 4 years kind of help his?
I don't know. Listen, I think if you want to get better, I've always said this, you go right to the NBA because they're better players. But if you want to grow up, you get to college. You go to college. And usually, if you grow up and then get to the NBA, you end up being a better player in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So I think the 4 years has, definitely had to help him, just mature as a person. Forget the basketball part. And I think in the long run, that helps him as a basketball player.
Doc, is Bev doing okay? We saw that he picked up a knock in practice the other day.
Yeah, he's doing good. I'm not playing him tonight, but he's fine. He's pissed that he's not playing, and my sarcastic comments towards him probably didn't help the matter much. Telling him he's from Chicago, but maybe not. That didn't go over well. I thought it was funny, but he didn't like it. So. Are you okay?
I want to consider your question.
Oh, jeez. No. I don't know the answer.
Did anything in particular change with Kawhi from yesterday to today? Because I think he was listed as out, or was it just a matter of just both parties just wanted to get out there?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was listed as out, so I guess who fills that list out? You? Well, there you go, guys. No, nothing changed. We knew he was going to play in probably 2 of the 3, and one just a small dose. I felt pretty strongly probably should be against the NBA teams, but it's more him, and so it's good.
Hey, Coach, how much scouting do you do of the opponent in this time of year? Or is it really just kind of gaining that continuity that you mentioned the other night and just trying to get your team under their
Well, we
legs
still
under
scout them, though. Now, we don't prepare for them like for tonight. So there's no scouting like we're preparing for Denver tonight as a game. We didn't mention them much again. We just more cover our stuff. But we are absolutely, we watch film already of their one preseason game, And so no, we absolutely scout every team. You know, Denver is, you know, a tough matchup to me early on for anyone because they are the same team. You know, and you know they've added some more players, but they pretty much went to camp the first day and said 23 twists, and everybody ran it because they know it. You know, in the West right now, there's very few teams can actually do that. You know, and those are the teams early on that are very dangerous.
Thanks.
Hey Doc, now that you've gotten to work with Kawhi so far in training camp, what's jumped out to you as far as his leadership with the team?
He's more verbal than you would ever know. He's more demanding in a very positive way. You know, in a very good way, like, you know, very similar to what Pat does. You know, you got to do it right. And I love that for our team. So, and he's, you know, well, we knew he was serious and we knew he was a hell of a defender. You know, he's already proven those things.
You guys were last season in threes attempted per possession.
Yeah.
But last game you guys attempted 48, which was more than you had attempted at all last season. Is that random, just preseason, or is that going to be a concerted thing?
Random. But if we can get more threes, that's great. You know, I think what we proved last year, we were 5th in the league in scoring. And I think that's what you're trying to do. We didn't count if they were 3s, 2s, 1s. You know, we were 5th in the league in scoring. So if we can be 5th in the league or 4th or 3rd in the league and take no 3s, I'm good with that. Or take all 3s, I'm good with that. I just want to score more points. So we don't really care how we got them. I think our guys did a great job last year of taking the right ones. You know, they had a great discipline about them, and that was good for us.
The other day there were reports about how Kawhi and Paul George took a liking with Terrence Mann. Can you just talk about their relationship?
Well, I don't know their relationship. I just see them together a lot, you know, so I really don't know. I just know that I've always said this in every camp. You can tell when the veterans think a young guy can play because that's who they're spending time with. You go to any camp, and it happens at every camp. You know, they look around, they see, and they say, "We're going to work with this guy a little bit." So I don't think that's a coincidence. You know, and if I'm Terrence Mann, I'm loving that because you're getting great information.
Rodney was also listed as out for today.
Yeah.
What's his update on his status?
Just ankle sprain, high ankle sprain. I guess that's what we call them now. I didn't know when they start becoming high, but I mean, Brad thought high meant something else. But it's a high ankle sprain.
Doesn't maybe keep him out for Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pretty good one. I hate doing this because I don't know. But yeah, it was a good ankle sprain.
Doc, what do Kawhi and Pat look like on the floor together? Pat's obviously very emotional, vocal, and Kawhi, you said he's verbal even though he doesn't project. What is that like on the practice court?
It's very physical. It's good. I mean, defensively, it's really good. Because I think where they both have such high, you know, Pat doesn't get enough credit for his basketball IQ. He's an extremely smart player. And I think when you put another smart player like him, like Kawhi, and then you add another one like Paul, I'm talking defensive IQ, it makes everyone quicker and smarter because they see it first and they can verbalize it first. So it definitely helps.
With so little time to work with Kawhi before the season, and obviously you mentioned a sort of sliding starting lineup.
Yeah.
How do you prepare the rest of the roster to really fit around that and be prepared?
It's not easy. It isn't. But we knew this coming into camp. Like, we knew this would be, you know, not having Paul at all, you know, other than skeleton. Just starting to get Kawhi in live. And you have 14 days before your first game. You know, we knew that the beginning part would be very difficult for continuity. And it's trial and error. And I will tell you, going in, I didn't know what was the most. Should you skeleton more? with them or play live more without them, you know, to make sure that the team has their rhythm. Like it's been like a dancing act that I don't think I'm a very good dancer. So I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one. I don't know if we're doing it the right way or the wrong. I literally don't know. And so it is what it is, you know. Not what I had to say. This is totally different. But last night watching that baseball game,
Man, don't do that.
no, really, like from a coach's standpoint and a player standpoint, I don't think I have felt worse for one single guy than Kershaw. Like I really like him. And I'm sorry for you guys who've already jumped the bandwagon. But that was awful to see because he's one of the greatest pitchers. He really is of all time. And to see that, man, I tell you, that's when you really appreciate like some of these guys. They put it on the line. They know the risk, you know. They know it could go bad. And when it does, it does. And that reminded me of it again. So, man, you know, it's funny. I'm a White Sox fan. But I take them. I was cheering for them, man. It was just really a tough one.
So, Dave Roberts is obviously getting a lot of heat for
Yeah.
decisions that he made
Yeah.
based on going by the book or going by feel in
Yeah.
terms of what he's seeing. I imagine you as a coach have been in that situation where it's like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to go to, but I like the way this guy's playing, so I'm gonna go with my gut.
Yeah, you live with it. You just do. You know, I've made some great decisions against the book, and then I've made some poor ones because they didn't work. You know what I mean? That's the part of being a coach, that if you just went by the book every time, anyone could do it, you know, really. So,
Is there any indicator to which way you go in a
no,
situation?
I've gone into games with a thought, and statistically it told me to do something, and I've gone the other way. There's so many end of the game plays that we've run that have been successful that go against the grain. You know, and the one I always know, and I don't even know what Ray was shooting, but Ray hit a game winner, and he had to be like one for whatever. And Paul was pretty much on fire, and I draw the play up for Ray. I couldn't tell you why I did that, or it made no sense. After the game, when you watch the game, I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm thinking, what was I thinking about? You know, but Ray made the shot, and so we're smart. You know what I mean? If he had missed the shot, and in Boston, you know. But at the end of the day, you just live with it, and you gotta sometimes just do that, you know, and that's part of it. And Brad will tell me when I'm wrong. No, you won't. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.